Welcome food fans, picky eaters, the flavor curious, and everyone in between. Nothing makes good food better than good conversation. And your table is ready. Welcome back to another episode of the Food For ThoughtCast with your hosts, Melissa Reagan and Steven Gonzalez. But you can call them Chef. All right, let's get this episode started.
Hey there, food fans. Welcome back to the Food For ThoughtCast with me, your host, Melissa Reagan, and my co-host with the mostest, Chef Steven Gonzalez. What's up, dude?
Hi. I was trying to think of something witty, but no, not today.
There's no witty today.
No, it's cold outside, so brain cells are not functioning properly.
Steve, what's the temperature where you are?
It is a whopping, 39 degrees, which really isn't bad because the sun's out right now and it's not too windy, so it feels nice.
Yeah, I have 38 degrees here, and the low tonight's 27.
Oh, that's fun.
This is quite a bit warmer than we've been in any recent time. It was like, oh, just a hoodie and a jacket? That's it? Nice.
Yep. Well, I bet you're excited because aren't you going out of town soon?
Yes, tomorrow I leave for Disney World.
What's the weather down there? Have you already
right now, let's see. Currently in Disney World, it is 62 degrees.
Oh, that's nice.
It would be like a dang heat wave.
I love that type of weather.
So all the highs are in the 60s and all the lows are in the 40s. I will take it.
Nice.
It's just light t-shirt and a cardigan. So, yes, everybody, when you hear this, I will be in Disney World. Steve will probably be at work. Wah, wah. Sorry, I couldn't resist. It's a long awaited trip. I can't wait to tell you all about all the things I eat on there.
I can't wait to hear about it either. You know,
Either.
Tomato.
Did anything fall there like the rest of the country? Do you have some stuff on the ground?
A couple days ago, we had a little bit of some sleet, but didn't stick.
Where I am, we got a whopping, 2 inches of snow followed by 4 hours of rain.
Wow.
So I was laughing this morning. Just before we started recording, I was telling Steve, like, the streets are lined with trees, which is really pretty when it's sunny outside. When it snows and the temperature becomes above freezing, it becomes like projectile cold rain when you're trying to walk down the street with dogs. So it's like, like getting pelted and it's cold. So now it's just raining and the trees are doing like that crackling noise, like when everything's kind of melting and thawing out. But it's going to turn into a gross pile of wet slush. So I can't wait to be in Florida.
Unpopular opinion. I'm ready for the summertime. I said it there. I said it.
I want the like March, April, May, kind of like that.
Yeah, that's not bad. But then here in West Texas, that's when it hails. So summertime, I'm ready for summertime.
Honestly, you can't really win anywhere, I don't think. But
that's true.
So we'll see. I'm excited to visit Florida when it's not hot. I don't know what that feels like. So I want to know. I want to know what that is. Yeah. So yeah, and I punch drunk today, so get ready.
So tell me, what's the most amazing thing that you've had to eat?
Let's see. What was the most amazing thing I had to eat this week? I don't know that I ate anything amazing this week. I cooked some things. I'm cooking some things right now.
What are you cooking?
Hold on. What was Monday? You know what? Monday.
5 days ago.
It was Monday. It was 5 days ago. Yeah. It's been a heck of a week, Steve. There was an all-nighter involved. There was some things. Yeah. It's been a heck of a week. Trying to think about like what I even ate. We have a Chinese chicken salad at work that I'm pretty partial to. I think I've eaten like 45 of them since we opened. It has that, it's kind of that classic Wolfgang Puck, like fried wontons, Napa cabbage, kind of like the vinaigrette is like the hot Chinese mustard in it, soy, I'm really, really addicted to it. So it's radicchio, carrot, Napa cabbage, kind of that flavor profile. Usually cut up some filet and put it in there. But Monday I treated myself to Texas Roadhouse and I had a sirloin. It wasn't half bad. So I had a sirloin and a baked sweet potato. That's probably the most amazing thing I've eaten this week. Everything else has been crap, or crap. Not gonna lie.
So. I'm a little disturbed by that.
Taco Bell discontinued the chicken nuggets, and I had to drown my sorrows. I had to drown my sorrows.
Because they realized that it wasn't Mexican food.
Stop. No, that's the whole restaurant. It's not Mexican food. Taco Bell was created by a guy in was it? Iowa?
In a basement playing video games. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that actually does seem fun. I wish I had a basement. Thanks a lot.
They discontinued the chicken nuggets, and I had to drown my sorrows in the Crunch Wrap, which was an okay trade, but it was also cold in the middle. Downey, California in 1962, which, sorry, Mom, makes Taco Bell the same age as my mom. Whoop, whoop. And
20 years old.
It was founded by a guy named Glenn Bell, and he called it Taco Bell. A very white guy.
I mean,
so
yeah. Have you ever watched The History of Food? Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about it. They talk about the creation and the early days of Taco Bell.
I just listened to an episode of a podcast called Revisionist History. They were talking about the founding and the founder and the origins of Taco Bell and how they come up with food and how they determine what will sell and why they don't have things like mole on the menu. It was kind of a deep dive into their R&D. It's pretty interesting. Sorry, Steve. What was the most amazing thing you ate this week?
Well, it wasn't crap.
Heard, not crap.
Let's see. So yesterday I made birria tortas.
Yes,
I have to roll my R's when I say that, So some friends of mine own a company called Cookwell and Company. They make all these starters, and they're all really, really good. Huh?
Come on our podcast.
I know. I need to reach out to you. It's been a little while, but I saw. So they have chili starters and green chili stew starters, and they've got some new ones. One for carne asada, one for birria, and I was intrigued because you know me, I'm so anti birria because everyone's doing it. It's such a big thing. So I'm like,
yeah, it's been overdone.
Yeah, and everyone's using beef. So I just broke down and said, let's try it. Let's see what it's about because I'm intrigued. And I knew I was actually going to use lamb shanks, but then I was like, well, I do a lot of lamb on my channel. So let's just do it the way everyone else does, but I'm going to use a starter. And it came out really good. It was a little heavy on the cinnamon, which is something I actually really liked because it just you're expecting
it has that
chili and tomato, but then you get that cinnamon.
Well, it's the warmth of the cinnamon is different from the heat of the chili, and it's a different. It hits you in a different place on your palate.
Yeah,
I really like that a lot.
And so I cooked it down, and then I made a sandwich out of it because y'all know I like sandwiches. So we got bolillos, and then so it was refried beans, the meat, cheese, avocado, cabbage, and then of course you have to dunk all that bread into all that juice. So it's and then fry it, so you get that nice red color. But it was really good,
Did you? Sorry, go.
I was gonna say, I mean, it's one of those things. I would do it again, but I'm in no rush. But now, curiosity has been, I've already taken care of that, and so
right.
I would totally make it again because again, it's a really good product that they have, and I'm not being paid to say any of that, but I was very happy with it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Yeah, and you know me, like I can't just keep it simple. So like I added some tomatoes to that starter, stewed tomatoes with garlic and all that, and I mean everything just came out really, really good. So
Nice. I
yeah.
love it. I was just gonna say, like, did you put any mayonnaise or crema or sour cream on your
I
tortas?
I thought about it, but by that point, like I said, I had let's see, beans,
Like so
meat,
much going on.
avocado, cheese, cabbage. I already had like 5 different things, so I was afraid that it was going to be even messier than what it already was.
Mm-hmm.
But I did think about it. I really did.
Falling out of the sides of the sandwich.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys, Steven sent me a picture of these sandwiches. They look phenomenal. I was like, oh man, it looks so good.
So I have a little bit left, so I'm gonna send it to Disney World for you.
Oh, nice.
A little ride by the time you get there.
When I figure out which room I'm in after I check in, I'll holler, and then we could make that happen. I think, honestly, I know that people have dietary restrictions and other things and everything else, and like, people are going to do what they do, but to go to Disney World and insist on, I don't know, bringing your own food is just kind of, it makes me really sad, unless it's some necessary reason, right? But for people who are like, I'm going to bring a peanut butter and jelly every day, I get it. If you have kids, maybe it's cheaper to travel with, but I'm so excited about all the dining options. So
do you already have plans, like do you have a schedule, itinerary?
I do. Hold on just a second. I'm going to grab something out of the oven and I'll be right back.
So
it's time for Steve's monologue.
Monologues with the Stegons. Actually, so Melissa's going to miss this part, but I am cooking some ostrich wings right now. They are in my smoker as we speak. I got ostrich wings out of a farm from Idaho. I think I've mentioned it in a previous episode, but we're going to smoke it for 2 hours at 225. We're going to take them out, put them in in a glass container with some broth, some onions, other aromatics. We'll cook that till it's about 190 or 195, almost like a brisket, till where all those tendons break down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cool it off and then throw it in the air fryer, just like a chicken wing. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I'm cooking ostrich wings.
Yes. Oh, you guys, Steve sent me a picture of these ostrich wings. They're like the size of his forearm. It's stupid.
No, more like my hand,
Yeah, they're wild. That's
if they were the size of my forearm, those would be like dinosaur wings.
But I think that they must have been cut down, though.
Yeah, they were cut down.
Yeah.
So but I still,
It smells pretty incredible in my house right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I just pulled some pancake sausage balls out of it with sharp cheddar cheese that'll be dipped in maple syrup.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Super exciting.
Oh, I wish I was over there right now.
It smells pretty incredible in here. Steve, how was your New Year's? Did you cook? You worked.
No, we went to a friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
I did make. I forgot what I made. I probably made some lamb because I went to my buddy Khalil's house. And anytime I went to Khalil, him and I always eat lamb. So I'm sure I had some sort of lamb. I forgot what. Let me see. But it was a good overall. It was really good. It was it was a nice, chill New Year's. What about you?
Nice. I worked in the daytime on New Year's Eve, and I worked in the nighttime on New Year's Day. So essentially, like, no change, no special food, no celebration. I went. The place that I work is connected to a very large outdoor mall.
Uh-huh.
And I went to a place next door. I'm not going to say his name because I'm probably not going to go back, and it was pretty terrible. I went next door I wanted a cocktail for New Year's, and I got a cocktail, and I was hungry, and so I ordered calamari. It was sold on the menu as kind of like a Thai peanut type deal. So Thai peanut sauce, which I think is kind of an oxymoron in itself, a little bit of a misnomer. But so it was marketed as Thai peanut sauce, and I know it was fried with jalapenos. It had peanuts in it. All of those things I could have got down with, but Steve, they like tossed the entire thing in sweet chili sauce, and it ruined it. I don't want sweet calamari. There's a place for sweet chili sauce. This is for spring rolls. Like, that's it. It was weird.
I don't mind the sweet chili sauce with my calamari, but a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it off to the side, so if I want to dunk it, I can. If I don't,
it was tossed in there, like completely coated.
Yeah, that's
really strange. And like kind of toasted sesame seeds. And I think they needed to pick an Asian and stick with it.
Yeah.
And then it was just too much going on one plate. So that was kind of a New Year's Eve bummer, to be honest. Yeah.
That will happen.
It do be like that sometimes. So that was New Year's. Your earlier question, yes. We have dining reservations for every single day. Shout out to my friend David Dollar over at Upon a Star Travel, and one of the co-hosts of the Deuce Cast Movie Show, for helping plan my entire trip and making sure everything is just gone perfectly and I didn't have to do any of the work. I just told him where we wanted to eat and he made it happen. So awesome. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing. I can't wait to go. But yeah, so what did you just end up eating lamb or did you eat anything else? No black eyed peas?
I think we had black eyed peas. I don't even remember. So what we did, what I did was I had a leg of lamb and I cut it up into big old cubes to make kebabs, but then I realized I don't have kebab sticks.
Skewers.
Yeah, skewers. Thank you. My vocabulary sucks.
No, literally, like I was trying to find some skewers at work the other day, and I was like, the sticks. They're like, oh, the skewer. I was like, yeah, that.
Yeah. But so what I ended up doing was I ended up having like bell peppers, onions. I marinated it with a bunch of stuff, and I just let it all marinate for about 4 or 5 hours. And I just seared the crap out of it in cast iron, and then just put it all in a container. And it was really good. Like the lamb was super tender. It was like coriander, thyme, garlic, a little bit of chili, oil, oranges. It was a good way to use up some oranges.
You said pineapple, right?
So I said it, but what I meant, because I was looking at the picture and it was nice bright yellow bell pepper, and I was like, "Oh, no, that's not pineapple. That's bell pepper." So
got it.
Yeah,
I was gonna say no wonder the lamb was tender because for those of you who don't know, pineapple is a natural meat tenderizer.
But yeah, like everything came out really, really good, and we went to a friend's house, and so he always makes hummus and stuff like that, and like we just had a good old time, and there was a handful of friends there, and we just chilled, had some whiskey, smoked a cigar, ate.
Nice.
And I think by like 12:05, I was home and I was passed out. So it was a good feeling.
Steve, hold on just a second. Somebody's at the door.
Okay. So yeah, New Year's Eve was a lot of fun. I hope everyone listening had a good New Year's Eve as well, because it's one of those things, like you're going into the new year, and yeah, it's like new year, new me, all that stuff. But I don't really do resolutions. I did, but I stick to them for about like maybe 4 or 5 days, like a lot of people do. And then I'm just like, screw it. I'm done. So it's just trying to find a new routine. But yeah, I don't do like I'm going to give up this and I'm going to not do this. It's like, you should do that year round. If you feel obligated to change, I know that you would probably do it regardless, but that's just my own thoughts. All right.
I don't do resolutions either. I think every day can be a new day. It's just whatever you make it.
Yeah. I had every intention of doing like the dry January, but then I thought, well, why am I going to do that? Especially like if my anniversary is in January and I'm probably going to pop a bottle of champagne to celebrate the moment.
Yeah, totally.
And so, yeah, it's just moderation. Again, like I could try to just quit drinking period. I mean, not that I have an issue with it, but it's all about moderation. Same thing with like diet, food, exercise, all that stuff. You just gotta moderate it all. So we keep getting away from your itinerary at Disney, and I'm really concerned about where you're going to go. And I say I'm concerned for a reason, because I need to know what all you're going to eat.
Yes.
I'm being nosy now.
Okay.
And that's what friends do. We're
do
nosy.
I really appreciate your concern. I mean, we do have to be concerned about what each other is eating. I can't have another week of eating crap. I'm not going to lie. I made a protein pancake every single day. I'm still on the pancake kick, to the point where I had to buy more syrup. It's a real thing. All right. So in Disney World, Steve, have you been to Disney World?
Once.
Were you like little?
I was a teenager. I was that kid who was like, "Oh, I'm hardcore metalhead, and I'm gonna do this." And then I'm wearing like all my good like heavy metal shirts. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing! I feel like a child again." Yeah, totally. Brought out the kid in me.
I'm going to go be a child for a week. A child with a very adult champagne budget. So the first night that we're there, we're going to go eat at Chef Art Smith's Homecoming.
Okay.
So, and he has a couple of places. One of them is in Orlando at Disney Springs, and he has things like homemade biscuits, pimento cheese, deviled eggs, fried green tomatoes, fried chicken, all those things, mac and cheese, all that stuff. But all bougie because Chef Art Smith. We're going to go to Tusker House on Monday. That's a buffet. They have a lot of things. They have like biryani. They have rice pilafs. It's kind of like African Indian Asian type, fusion. They have steak. They have roasted chicken. It's kind of a little bit of everything for everybody. Let's see what happens Tuesday. Tuesday we go to Woody's Roundup Rodeo. It's family style barbecue, Toy Story themed.
Will there be a snake in your boot?
No, there's a snake in my boots. It's really fun because they act like you're one of the toys in Andy's backyard. So then the servers say like, Andy's coming, and then everybody freezes. Like I said, I'm a child. They have really, really good, all the meats there are really, really good, and all the sides are really amazing. So you get like watermelon and mint, and you get like tomato cucumber salad, and you get the baked beans are really fantastic, and they have like, potatoes and ribs and sausage. It's really good. It's really tasty.
So I expect a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
And don't do what I did. Just go enjoy it, take pictures, and then forget where the hell you ate and what you ate. No,
I can't forget. I have like the Disney app tells me like where the reservations are and everything.
Nice.
Let's see. What's Wednesday? Wednesday we'll be at Epcot. We're going to a place called Shiki Sai, which is sushi and izakaya. Super excited.
Oh, dude, that sounds good.
Really, really good. And then Thursday we're going to eat at Belle and Beast Castle at the Be Our Guest restaurant. And I want a repeat of the pork chop I had last time. It's a double bone-in pork chop. I think Berkshire with a pepper piperade and Yukon potatoes. I'm going for it. So,
dude,
I'm super excited.
You have to send me that one. If anything, send me that if you get your double bone-in pork chop, because Ursula loves all that stuff. Ursula is my wife. For those of you listening, not knowing who that is,
Hi, Ursula.
She is a huge fan of pork chops. So, and here's the kicker. She's like, I don't have to go to Disney World ever. Like, she's not a big Disney person, but this might convince her to go.
Well, and you get to see the Beast in the dining room. Like, hello.
I mean, it's not her thing, but maybe it could be. Maybe it could be something that that influence her.
Yeah, the food is really good, and I think it's surprisingly good for people who have never been. But as a chef, and I actually shared this when I was a guest on the Main Street Electrical podcast with David and Jen. I've eaten a whole lot of filet in my life as a chef, and I don't get really excited about it. And when somebody does a pork chop really well, that gets me excited. And so I went for it thinking it was kind of the underdog on the menu, and I I'm really excited to eat it again because it's so good, so moist and so tender. We have reservations at a restaurant called Amare. It's in the top of the Swan Hotel. It is Mediterranean, so hummus, baba ganoush, lamb. I'm super excited. Yes.
I want pictures there too.
Yeah.
I want pictures. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Thursday, there's somewhere else that we're having dinner, and I can't remember where it is. But yeah, pictures and stories to come. So
you're just gonna have to. Yeah, you're gonna influence me to just bite the bullet and tell my wife we're going.
And all the rest of the time is just going to be like snacks and treats galore, drinking around the world, and
not only that, you're going when the weather's going to be nice.
The weather's going to be nice. I think there's a 30% chance of rain a couple days while we're there. If anybody's ever been to Disney World, you know it's going to rain a little bit, maybe every single day. That's just kind of Florida, but it's usually short-lived, and I can't wait. I'm really excited. And today I'm cooking a lot of stuff, getting ready to go on vacation. Wildly enough.
I know. I was kind of wondering about that. It's like, so you're going to have leftovers?
Well, my good friend, her name is also Melissa. She is actually on the road on her way here to stay with the dogs while I'm gone. And I'm filling the fridge for her with treats. So one of the things I just took out of the oven was her breakfast for the week, which is these sausage, pancake, and cheddar balls to dip in maple syrup. So,
yes.
Super delicious. How are the wings? Are they cooking right now?
Yeah, they're in the smoker right now. I'll pull them after 2 hours, throw them in the oven for 2 hours, cool them, then air fry them. So they get like that crisp.
Nice.
So
what are you doing for a glaze or sauce?
I haven't gotten that far yet.
Ooh.
I just wanted to cook them just to cook them, but let's see what I have in the refrigerator.
It's going to be a fridge clean out.
I'm sure I can come up with something.
A fridge clean out day.
You know, I still have a lot of that birria liquid left, so that could make probably a good glaze too.
It could be pretty ridiculous. Do you have like more chilies to put in it?
I probably have chili powder. I don't have much chilies, but yeah, I think we can make something work.
I can't wait to see it. I want to see. What is it? It's going to be like one wing for you and one wing for Ursula.
Well, we're going to go to a friend's house and we're going to have charcuterie and stuff like that. So there's going to be about 3 wings left over because, of course, I have to eat one for my video. I can't just be like, these look really good, but we're not going to taste them because we're waiting for friends,
Yeah.
If only my buddy Robert were to come over here, then he would totally be in the video because I know he would be all for it. And he would be the comedic entertainment that would actually make my channel.
You're gonna be the heavy, and he's gonna be the comedic relief.
He would, yeah, exactly. The reason why people actually like my channel, because I'm very bland and boring. But
you're not boring, Steven. Calm down.
Fine. Oh, thank you. I am entertaining. But yeah, I mean, it's just cool because as much as I want to get footage of all my friends on there, I still want to have friends come on and us just bull crapping, and you see what I did there instead of actually cursing. Bull
crapping. Yes,
yeah.
You're there.
Bull crapping and just shooting the breeze. See?
Oh,
just hanging out and cooking. So that's the goal.
Nice. I love it.
When I go on vacation, so my vacations are not fun like yours. I like to go see my parents.
Easy killer. I'm gonna go see my mom and my brother.
Well, no, you know what I mean.
I know.
For me, vacation is I go home and I see family because I don't ever really get to see them. I talk to them all the time, but I don't. I'm not the type where we go to places we've never been. Now we do that from a bunch of the times, but there's once a year that I try to go home to the valley and see everyone and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get my mom in a video, and if you're down to record an episode there, my mom would probably feel like she's starstruck.
Celebrity.
You're a celebrity in her eyes.
Does everybody know that Chef Steve's mom is a faithful listener and huge fan of the podcast?
Huge shout out, mommy.
I think it's so adorable. Love it. Mine is too. She listens too.
But yeah, like I think that would be a lot of fun. And yeah, but like then it's like, okay, so I'm with my mom. What should I cook? Stuff like that. So yeah. I feel like So yeah, I do really want to go back to. I'm kind of squirreling all over the place. The coffee that I had this morning was actually really strong, and I'm energized. I'm happy, but I'm not overstimulated. You know what I'm talking about?
You fooled me. I think you're very stimulated.
A little bit, yeah.
A little.
Yeah.
So Steve, if you if you do think about making a trip to Disney, they have a Michelin star at Victoria and Albert's in the Grand Floridian. So, and it's a pretty fabulous tasting menu. So that might be something that can entice you to go.
That's true.
But yeah. So Steve, what did I send you a picture of this morning?
You sent me a lot of pictures. I'm gonna have to go back and look at all of them.
3 pictures.
I
made French onion pork chop.
4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 pictures. One of them looks like those pancake balls before they were made, right?
Yeah.
And then there's pork chops that look like they're just tender and juicy and delicious. Garlic pesto chicken thighs. Oh, these were the thighs?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I just don't take food pictures as well as you do. But everything can taste better than it looks.
It's because you don't have Android. That's why.
It's because I don't have Android. Shut up.
All the Apple listeners are gonna be like, Steven, down with Steven. We're boycotting Steven now.
So I made French onion pork chops, and previously, I've had this recipe that I can't remember where I got it from. I don't know if it was like from the tub of French onion dip, or I saw it on TikTok, or somebody gave it to me. Previously, I had used a recipe where I brined boneless pork chops for 24 hours, patted them dry. This is going to sound like the most ghetto thing ever, but just bear with me here. It's really delicious. Season it with salt and pepper, put French onion dip on top, and then French's fried onions on top of that, and then cook it until it's like all creamy and crunchy on top. I've done that before. It eats well the day of. It tends to dry out a few days later. Yeah. So I was trying to think about what I was going to make for my friend, and I suggested French onion pork chops, not really having an idea. And she was like, those sound amazing. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure in my head, I'm like, I'm sure they'll be amazing once I figure out what I'm going to do. And so I sliced up an onion, grabbed a can of French onion soup, because your girl has a job and not all the time in the world. Okay. An onion soup packet and a tablespoon of balsamic, marinated them for 2 days, air fried them to a perfect 145, because it's not the 60s anymore. We don't need to cook pork well done for trichinosis. It's not a thing. It could be like a little pink on the inside and be okay, and still be moist and juicy. Air fried them until they were golden brown and 145. And then I took the marinade, brought it to a boil, reduced it, and added a tablespoon of butter.
Yeah, you sent a picture of that
to make the gravy. Yeah.
By the way, nice feet. There's a picture where like you put your feet through the glass. Yeah, it's okay. I'm usually barefoot in my kitchen whenever I'm doing that. So you know. Yeah,
that's sad. I called Steve this morning. I was like, I'm still in my pajamas. Are we recording? He's like, I'm still in my pajamas too.
True.
Yeah, buddy.
On days off, you have to be in your pajamas for at least half a day.
I almost always
cook. When you're adulting.
I cook only in my pajamas, almost exclusively. So yeah, I have the sausage pancake balls for breakfast. The pork chops are a dinner option. The garlic chicken thighs are a dinner option. I'm going to saute some zucchini, squash, and mushrooms. And I'm making kind of my spin on Italian wedding soup, but it's not going to have like any pastinas in it or anything. I'm going to do Italian sausage, butternut squash, onion, navy beans, rotel. What else do I have over there? I'm looking on the counter where the ingredients are. And I know, because I can't remember one day to the next. There's something else going in there, and I can't remember what it is. I'll remember it later. Anyway, it's going to be delicious, and I made cornbread to go with that. So.
Oh, shoot, man.
Yeah. That's sweet cornbread. The way it should be.
What was I going to say? So I think that's really awesome that you're meal prepping for your friend and whatnot.
Yeah.
And like, that's really nice of you. You have no clue. Like, if I had someone dog sit my dogs, I'd be like, thank you. Make yourself at home. I'd probably offer to stock my fridge, but I wouldn't meal prep because I wouldn't think of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something that I think of. But,
well, the way it had started was we had maybe like 4 or 5 episodes ago, I talked about the brookies that I made, the brownie cookie combo, and how I made them like high fiber by adding pureed black beans and protein powder, and I had made them like low sugar. And she was interested in those. And then I was like, well, since you're coming to do me this huge favor, like my dogs get to stay in their own house and somebody's going to be here and get the mail and walk the boy. Like I couldn't not express my gratitude more. I was like, why don't I just like, I want to cook, you know, like I want to make sure you're taken care of. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's super awesome of you.
Yeah.
Would you be my friend?
I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend forever, Steve.
How's the Randy Newman song go? You got a friend.
You got a friend in me. Speaking of Toy Story, yep.
You know what's funny is my wife's not anti-Disney. I almost said as anti-Disney, but like even though she's not into all that, like Pixar is still owned by Disney and all that, she still has like all the Toy Story movies on DVD. So I'm like, you're more Disney than you think.
Because they're amazing. I heard some really interesting trivia this week.
Yeah.
You ready?
Tell me.
So apparently when Disney was in the process of acquiring DreamWorks, one of the first movies that DreamWorks was trying to put out was Paranormal Activity. And that's the reason Paramount put it out, because Disney was like, no. That can't be the first one we release with this. Like, nope, no thanks. Accordingly, you know, like appropriately so. And I think it was probably a good decision for them, but I thought it was pretty funny. So. Yeah.
Well, that would be very interesting to say the least.
It would be a little bit interesting.
How do you think they would put like a Disney or a kid's twist on that? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, they wouldn't. I mean, you know, it's like Disney has Star Wars now, so I don't think they would have to change it, but I think they were like, we don't want to be associated with that.
Yeah, Star Potter Trek.
I don't know, you know. Oh God, stop it.
You know, it's funny, we were actually talking about that last night.
You're gonna make all the fandoms mad.
That's what I did for Halloween. I was like Harry Potter / Star Wars / Star Trek / Lord of the Rings, and I had Shrek ears too, because those were my Yoda ears.
Steven, the Deuce Court's gonna stop listening.
I was handing out candy to people. They're like, "What are you supposed to be?" I was like, "I'm Star Shrek."
Potter.
Back off.
Shrek. I'm Star Shrek. Oh my god.
I kind of had a little buzz at that point, so I was like, "Yeah!" And the best part was, I think the people who trick or treated at my house, I bought a ton of candy because we hardly get trick or treaters. So I'm like, I need kids. You all need to do me a huge favor. I need you to get handfuls. I mean, get the biggest handfuls that you can.
I need you.
And so they got one handful. I'm like, no, I need you to get more. You need to get more candy. Fill your bags up. And the parents are like, thank you very much, but they're not allowed to have this much candy. I'm like, no, nonsense. They need to have candy.
Do they not understand how parents are supposed to eat most of it and then hide the rest?
I don't think they got the memo on hiding the candy.
Dude, they must have missed the seminar, because I don't have kids, and even I know that's what goes down.
I'm not gonna lie, Halloween was a lot of fun because we put Beetlejuice on outside on the projector against the wall, and so I think this year we're gonna put Young Frankenstein, because Young Frankenstein's one of my favorite movies.
It's legit.
I know, Abby Normal. But yeah, like it was just a lot of fun.
Nice.
But yeah, we were talking about that last night, about like we've only seen one, and my wife says we've only seen one Star Trek movie. I go, no, I think I've seen both of them, but the new ones. I go, you mean Star Wars? We've only seen one. Says, yeah, we weren't paying attention to it. I don't know how we still got on that topic, but now that Disney owns Star Wars, I'm still probably not going to watch all of them, but I respect the beginning like the earlier movies. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. The guys on the movie podcast will probably correct me about all the things I said today, which is awesome. That's what friends are for. Steven, so ostrich wings today. What's the rest of the week look like? What's cooking in your kitchen?
So I am kind of meal prepping a little bit, some sirloin steaks, some turkey burger patties, some chicken.
Are you air frying the sirloin?
No. I cooked them all. I cook everything on the cast iron now. And then because my ostrich wings are in the smoker at the moment, I started my steaks off on the cast iron, threw them in the smoker for about 10, 15 minutes just to get that flavor. So all is well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Steve, when you go to a place like Disney, like Six Flags, do you go to those places like a theme park sometimes?
I've always not hated theme parks. Like, I'm not a big theme park person.
Yeah.
I think it's because when I was younger, my parents would take us there like on vacation, which was fun, but like you're there in the dead of summer.
Of course.
In San Antonio.
Yeah.
It's hot as balls. You're sweating balls. And you only want to go for a couple hours, and they wanted to make like a whole day thing out of it. And you're like, I'm thirsty. And then your parents, like my dad's like, no, we'll go get something to drink later. It's expensive. So it kind of ruined theme parks for me for a while.
Got it. I didn't know if you had a go-to theme park food type deal. Like, my brother will never pass up a turkey leg in a situation like that. And I'm like a really big fan of a pretzel. They have all of those things at Disney World. They have like churros and pretzels and cinnamon rolls and turkey legs and ice cream bars and ice cream sandwiches. I didn't know if you had if you're like at an event type deal where they have small concessions like that, if you have like a go-to snack.
Typically I go for whatever sounds good. Like I don't really go to like the concessions, like for like the ice creams or the Dippin' Dots and all that kind of stuff. But like if they have some sort of like signature thing, I'd go check it out. I'd be about it,
Yeah. Everything at Disney is a signature thing, a signature Disney thing.
I know. But okay, so Disney's different. It's so different because there's so many different places to eat that if it's like hot dogs or a turkey leg or something, I can pass on that. But like I know Disney has way more than that. So
no, they totally do. But I am gonna get corn dog nuggets in Magic Kingdom because it's a thing, and it comes with a plastic cheese sauce, and it's delicious. So stop judging me. Stop crapping on my joy, Steven.
That's not. Trust me, I'm like my heart is happy. Like that's not something that you can get anywhere.
Breathing intensifies. Yeah, dude. I mean, there's not like
you can't get that at Six Flags. They don't have that. No. They've got maybe a burger and a hot dog, and people listening are like, "No, Six Flags has way more than that. We're gonna ban Steven."
I'm not going back. Like, I'm not going back.
People, I live under a rock, and I'm okay with that. I don't know a lot that's going on around the world or culinary-wise, and I'm okay with that. I research what I want when I want, and I'm very closed-minded.
Hey, this is an endorsement for everybody to listen to our show, just FYI.
Right.
You know way more than you think. I have North Carolina news for you. Are you ready?
Tell me.
We're going to get a Buc-ee's. It's going to be like an hour away or like an hour and a half, and I will go. Sheetz is really delicious. I'm enjoying all the made to order things at the Sheetz gas station, working my way through the menu one item at a time. Might I suggest a grilled cheese made with Old Bay sprinkled on the cheese? Yes, please. But we're getting a Buc-ee's. I'm so excited.
Well, in all fairness, Buc-ee's does have really clean bathrooms. They are slowly taking over the world. That's all there is to it.
I have to ask you a question about HEB.
Tell me.
Have you ever tried, and I don't know if they still carry it there, have you ever tried any of the seasonings from Two Gringos?
Yes, they have them. I've had them. They're delicious.
The Chupacabra one.
Yes.
Dude.
Speaking of seasonings, have you had the Meat Church seasonings?
Yes.
The Blanco?
Yes.
You've told me about it, and it never really kicked in until I actually tried it. And oh my goodness. I'm using that on everything right now.
It's a really good line of seasonings. I just used the last of my Finch yesterday. So when I get back from vacation, I have to order more. The meat church seasonings are really good. You know, honestly, I've been impressed by the Kinders. Like, I haven't tasted one of those that I didn't like, you know?
Yeah. The problem is that, like, you crush so many seasonings and you want to use it all up at once, but you can't.
Yeah,
and
it's a sickness. Like,
yeah, and then like 10 months go by and you still have like all these seasonings that are like barely opened.
So one of the things that I did this past Christmas season was, and we never even got to talk about it. Somebody that I know tried, and I don't know if he'd be cool with me telling, I'm telling the story. Somebody that I know tried some Old Bay, and it was too spicy for their liking. So they mailed it to me. I was like, I'll take it, give it to me. I made Old Bay Chex Mix, Steven.
That's awesome.
I like Old Bay a lot.
You know, there's nothing wrong if it's too spicy for you, because I mean, they do use a lot of spices, but they're good. And like, I think stuff like that is tolerable. Like, if they use like habaneros and ghost peppers, yeah, I could totally see that. You know,
totally. Well, what I was getting at, Steven, is like, you should just make each one of those seasoning blends Chex Mix, and you can use it up.
You know what I need to do is just get a brisket and use an entire bottle on a brisket.
Yes.
By the way, have you ever had like Old Bay on a brisket?
Yes, I put it on everything. Old Bay is my Frank's Red Hot. It's so good. Old Bay popcorn for the win.
Yeah. The first time I ever tried that on a brisket, it was magic. I'll say that. The caldo de tomate, the tomato on a steak. My goodness. So, I grew up and it was only used on rice. And one time I went to go visit my parents. I was like, let's try this on a steak. And sure enough.
Have you ever taken the Knorr pollo caldo, like the chicken powder, and just marinated chicken in it? Like, it's just ultra chickeny flavored chicken. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. I love that. I love that stuff a lot. Yeah. Well, Steven, I am super excited. I'm going to see you in a week, my guy.
Well, but doesn't mean that you won't be texting me.
I know. I'm going to be texting you.
You better be texting me.
So I'll see you in a week and we'll talk all about it. I hope you have an amazing week. So when everybody hears this, I'm going to be in Magic Kingdom on Thursday. So excited. If North Carolina does something dumb like close the airports for ice, I'm going to drive to Orlando. Mark my words. So
it'll be fun. We'll have fun. Be safe. We'll miss ya.
Steve, I can't wait to hear how the ostrich wings taste.
Can do. Will do.
Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap for today. Until the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast, make good food, eat good food, share it, and be kind to one another.
Thanks so much for listening today. You are part of what makes us special, and we are so glad you joined us. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review. Just like food, delicious podcasts are better when you share them with others. Come back for seconds wherever podcasts are served, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Food for ThoughtCast.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at the Food for ThoughtCast or at www.foodforthoughtcast.com, where you can link to all podcast players, or you can send us an email at foodforthoughtcmc@gmail.com.